Hey guys, what is up? This is Stephanie, aka the Limitless Babe, reminding you today and every day that you are limitless. So, today I want to talk about meditation. Okay, this is something that I know I discuss quite often on my channel. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that think, okay, but what is meditation? How do I do it? It sounds so time consuming, it sounds so difficult. So, today I'm going to break it down for you. We're actually going to do two versions of meditation that I practice. And I want to see if that maybe helps you guys understand it a little bit better and also create a practice for yourselves. So, why is meditation so important? Let's talk about that first, right? Especially, I think it's super important, particularly if you have any type of trauma, narcissistic abuse, CPTSD, any type of internal chaos that goes on as a result of something that happened to you. Okay. So that's point number one. But beyond that, even if you've never experienced anything, you say to yourself, well, but I'm a very well adjusted person. I've had a very happy life. Like, I haven't had any type of trauma. Well, first of all, congratulations. Good for you. Like, tell me what that's like. Second of all, even if you're that person, I can almost guarantee that there are points in your life, though, where you still tend to overthink and let your brain take over the decisions that your intuition and your heart space should be making. So, or maybe block your brain sometimes blocks you from taking action on the things that you really want to do and go after, right? So that's one of the, well, two of the main reasons why I think meditation is super important. Beyond that, let's actually talk about what it is. And I have some quick notes that I have. I recently took part in an online event that podcaster Kathy Heller put on, and she brings up some really amazing points about meditation. And I think that my favorite point that she brought up is that the objective is not to stop the thoughts from coming. It's not to shut off your mind and clear your thoughts. Like, everybody thinks, oh, I'm meditating to clear my thoughts. Therefore, if I'm unable to clear the thoughts while I'm meditating, I'm not doing it right. I'm wrong. This isn't working. No, that's not true. Okay. Just like, as she says, just like your heart will never stop beating unless you're dead, your brain will never stop thinking. Okay. So if your brain has thoughts that come in, like, that's okay. Allow it to happen. Allow the thoughts to come, give love to them, give grace to them, and then just push them out of the way. Just push them out of the way. Don't get rid of them. Don't say, okay, you can't be here. Don't shame it. Just push them out of the way. Yeah, and I just want to read my points because I had written down some really good ones that might help you guys get a different view of what meditation actually is. Meditation is intended to change your perspective around your thoughts. So again, you're going to have the thoughts. They're going to come, okay? And that's good, right? That's our brain doing its job. But meditation is going to help you change the way you look at them. It's going to help you flip the script on, like, okay, but what does this actually mean? It's going to give you that clarity. Point number two, get clarity about your thoughts. So I already said that, but obviously now that's pretty self-explanatory. It's going to help you understand the things that you're thinking and see if they're serving you or if they're not serving you. Point number three, it's going to help you rewire your brain. So a lot of times in life, which I think this actually goes into my point number four, so we're going to tie these two in together. Throughout life, we are constantly being fed information. We are like a computer that's being programmed, right? So from birth, even from the womb, even as we are in our mother's womb, we are being fed information subconsciously, whether we know it, whether we want it. We are constantly being fed different information about life, society, ourselves. Um, I've talked to you guys about the fact that the words that are spoken to us and from us and over us are so powerful. You have to watch your words. You have to watch the things that even people around you are saying. And sometimes that means telling somebody, listen, thank you. I'm not available to hear that today. Like, you have to take control of what is spoken around you, to you, through you, all the things. Okay. So we are constantly being conditioned from conception. Okay. And that means that a lot of the thoughts that we have aren't even ours. They're not the authentic thoughts that we came to this world with. Okay. A lot of times it's the BS that was dropped on us. Okay. Life is hard. You're not good at this. You need to do this. Like, there's all these thoughts that are pushed onto us that our authentic self knows nothing about. We didn't come here with this mission. We didn't come here with these thoughts. This was dropped onto us. So meditation is going to help you rewire your brain and decondition the old programming so that you can get in touch with your authentic self. And I think that's my favorite point of what meditation is and what it does. And that's one of my favorite reasons of practicing it. As I have talked to you guys before, I am a human design projector. So again, if you don't know what your human design type, look into it. I said that really weird. If you don't know what your human design type is, go look into it. You can do a free like chart online. It's really cool. And it really helps explain a lot of things, especially if you're a projector like me. The world and your life experience is going to make so much more sense because I feel like it's very opposite of what standard um, life is. Like the generators and projectors are two totally different people, and there's more generators out there in the world. So that has become the norm. But if you're a projector like me, like, oh, I feel you, and you are perfectly imperfect. You are exactly who you are supposed to be. And I say that perfectly imperfect phrase, not meaning that you are imperfect, but like to a generator, you don't make sense. But in here, you make sense. And actually, you're not supposed to make sense because you're supposed to inspire and lead and shift things, right? So I feel you. Okay. So as a human design projector, especially a splenic projector, which is my authority comes from my spleen, I have to rely heavily on my intuition. So if my intuition gets messed with in any way from trauma, from chaos, from just outside thinking, limiting beliefs, whatever it is, then that's going to impede on my life. That's going to affect how I make decisions and the quality of my life because I'm not going to go after the things that I'm supposed to go after, right? Like I got to follow my soul. I have to follow, what my intuition is guiding me towards. So me, I have to meditate every day. And now let's get into the practice. It does not have to be hard, okay? People think meditation is so hard. It's not. It's super duper easy, okay? Basically, all it is just shutting the F up and listening to your inside. Just shh, just talk and just listen and just feel. So we're going to do a quick meditation. Where did I put my timer? We're going to do 2 different ones because I want you guys to see different options that you have. And this by no means means that this is the way that you meditate. No, this is not how you meditate. This is how I meditate, okay? You are free to meditate to whatever way your soul says, oh, that feels right. That feels good. So feel free to take pieces of my practice, take none of my practice, go look up your own practice, do whatever you want. I just wanted to give you guys quick, simple tools. And I wanted to normalize the fact that if you cannot clear your mind when you're meditating, that is okay. In fact, I don't have my notebook with me right now because I'm not in the place where I would normally meditate. Normally I meditate on my couch, but this is just better for recording. It's easier. I always keep a piece of paper with me and a pen because when I meditate, thoughts come and they're usually the thoughts of things that I need to do. In fact, that's actually how I start my meditation. And you guys know how I feel about this. I am Christian, Catholic. I do believe in God, Jesus Christ, and I pray to my divine source, right? I mean, I also believe universe and all those things, but I believe God created the universe and all those things. So that's my mindset and who I talk to. However, you can talk to whoever you want to. If you have another higher power that you speak to, I want you to say a quick little prayer. I don't know if I want to call it prayer because I don't know if everybody calls it prayer, but set an intention and start the conversation with your higher power. Okay, so again, like, please don't get turned off by how I start, but also honor the fact that this is my life. This is how I choose to do things, and I respect your way. And unfortunately, I can't hear what you say, but if you were saying it in front of me, I'd be like, okay, no problem. So here we go. Let's get started. Before I set the timer, I'm going to set a timer for 2 minutes. Well, that's backwards, but I promise you it says 2, not 5. In fact, later we're going to do a 5-minute and you're going to see the difference. But I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes. Okay. Before I actually hit start though, I make sure that I am seated, seated properly how I want. So obviously well, not obviously, because it's not obvious. None of this is obvious. This is all new to some of you. Let me take that back. It's best if you can make yourself feel grounded to whatever you are on, whether that is making sure that you are sitting high up on your sits bones and actually feeling, your root chakra on whatever you're sitting on, or if you can plant your feet into the ground, that's really good. While I do think that that's probably the most beneficial one, admittedly, for pure comfort, I honestly do prefer sitting Indian style. You can't see that I'm doing it, but I'm pulling my feet up on my chair. And let me see if I can angle you guys. Yeah, so see, sit Indian style, but I still make sure that I am sitting with my booty and my root chakra fully planted and engaged in the position that I want. Okay. So now that I am in proper position, also I like to keep my body upright. You don't have to do this. You can also do it laying down. I don't like doing this type of meditation laying down because when I do, I fall asleep. However, I will totally do a guided meditation laying down. So if I have one where like the honest guys, I know they do really good ones. If I'm listening to them or Steve Johansson or something, um, I'll lay down and sometimes I fall asleep and that's okay. That's just part of the process. But something like this, I like to stay seated and with my spine very tall, with my chest open, my heart chakra open, ready to receive whatever the message is. And then hands positioning, obviously, you can do whatever you like. You can pray, you can put your hands to your heart. Sometimes I do like to put my hand on my heart and on my belly, just because I feel like that's connecting to my heart and my solar plexus and just bringing in my personal power with love. Sometimes I will put my hands open on top of my knees. Again, let me angle you. So like, like that, or you could put your hands down. So this is receiving and this is giving. Okay. So there are different ways you can do like, the different mudras, you could do whatever you want. So if you're a yogi, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So now again, before I start the timer, another thing that I like to do is just set my intention, speak to my higher power. So I will, give myself a dear God, guardian angels, heavenly guides, talk to me, tell me what I need to know. It's that simple. Do not get complicated. Don't get, oh, thou art and this and that and how. Guys, like, it's not that serious. Just say, talk to me. Do your thing. Sometimes I'll even say, just do your thing. Help. Like my daughter's first few phrases, help me. Help me. Help me. All right. So here we go. Let's get started. So I am about to start the timer. Before I do, I'm going to give you a quick explanation of what you're going to do. So again, you are sitting properly. You have set your intention to your higher power. And now what you're actually going to do for these next 2 minutes, I just want you to do box breathing. I'm going to breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. And hold for 4. And if you can't hold because you feel like I gotta do something, swallow. That will help. So when I say hold for 4 at the top, that just means basically do nothing. Do not inhale, do not exhale, just hold. Hold the air where it is, okay? Hey guys, okay, so the original recording did not work as I hoped. I had forgotten about music and I tried to add it while we were recording and it just made everything a mess. So we are going to re-record the meditations and I'm just going to put this into this clip and add the music later so that everything is smooth. Okay, so before we get started, again, I want to make sure that you guys are sitting in a position that feels good for you, whether that is with your feet grounded on the floor, with your sits bones planted on your seat. Make sure that you are sitting tall, that your chest is open, your heart is open, and set your intention. Okay, so think about what you want to call in. Think about if it's just guidance, if it's advice, if it's an answer to a question. Think about those things. Before we actually talk to our higher power, though, I want to make sure that I go over the breathing technique because I also realized in the original video I did not do that. So as you take a deep breath in, I want you to think about expanding your belly as big as you can, okay? Think of inflating a balloon in your belly, okay? So take a deep breath in. Let your belly get bigger, 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 and hold it for 4, 2, 3, 4. And now I want you to release all that air for 4, okay? Pull your belly button into your spine, and that just basically means like pulling it back. Suck your belly in, okay? Make everything go back to where it was. And then you hold again for 4, okay? So now that we know how we're gonna breathe, let's get started. I have my timer, I'm gonna set it. So again, I'm sitting properly, nice and tall. My intention is for guidance, and I say my little prayer to my higher power. Dear God, guardian angels, heavenly guides, talk to me, do your thing, and let's go. Breathe in for 4 through your nose, and hold for 4, and exhale through your mouth. And hold for 4. Breathe in and hold. Exhale and hold or swallow. Breathe in and hold and exhale and hold. Breathe in and hold and exhale and hold. Breathe in, fill that belly up, and hold, and exhale and hold. Take the last few on your own. And hold. And that's it. Time's up. So see how fast 2 minutes flies? Like 2 minutes goes like this, okay? So now something that I forgot to mention, obviously, but that's okay because we're going to do it again for 5 minutes. While you're doing this, I want you to, like I said, keep your pen and paper nearby, keep your phone. I don't like having the phone because like that's a distraction, but pen and paper is good. And then if any thoughts come to you in this next session, I want you to write them down, okay? You can do that with the 2 minute as well. You can do that with anything. Remember, there are no hard and fast rules. I'm just giving you guys little chunks of tools that I use. And every day I may use a different method. So it's not like there's one right way. I also want to remind you again, if thoughts come, obviously that's okay. Like let them come. If you think it's a message that is supposed to come to you, write it down. If you think it's like just your to-do list coming to you or an intrusive thought or something that's trying to mess with, what you're doing, just say thank you, but no thank you. Next. Okay. So we're going to do it again. This time I'm going to show you a different method of breathing. And again, how I'm showing you each method does not mean this is the way that you have to do it. I'm just trying to do this as quickly as possible to show you the different tools and different ways that you can meditate. And then you figure out, okay, well, I like this. This felt good. This felt great. This works for me. This doesn't work for me. And then you navigate from there. Okay. Excuse me. So the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to go 5 minutes. Instead of doing the box breathing, you're going to breathe in for 4. And then you're going to exhale for 8. Now, why are we doing this? Because I recently learned that when you exhale longer than you inhale, it actually pulls you out of fight or flight. So again, if you've experienced any type of trauma or anxiety or whatever it is that could be going on in your body, this will help you release your fight or flight and calm down. It signals your brain like you're safe. Okay. I don't know if you know this, but when you are in fight or flight, you tend to do shallow breathing, like the quick breathing, and you're not really giving your body the opportunity to just like fully function, to rest and digest. So it's super important that you are conscious of your breathing because that's going to help calm everything down. This is going to clear that monkey mind, that chaos that goes on inside of us. And it's going to signal to your body, I am safe. You're safe. There's no lion chasing you, I hope. Okay. So you are safe. Let yourself enjoy this. Another thing that I'm going to do, and I would encourage you to try this at home with yourself, like just in your thoughts. I'm going to talk you through scanning your body to just look for pockets of tension and release them. Okay. So we are going to try this again. And yeah. And if we mess up, we mess up. And that's okay because when you do this on your own, you're gonna mess up and you're gonna be like, oh man, I messed up. And it's not a big deal, guys. It's really not that serious because this is for you. So what's the repercussion? It's for you. Anytime you do anything for you, it's gonna benefit you, even if the benefit isn't as great as you would have wanted because you didn't do it correctly. Okay. So here we go. I'm gonna set a new timer for 5 minutes. And again, like you can go as long as you want. Like to me, 2 minutes is not long enough. I like to do a good 5 to 10 minute every morning. But if 2 minutes feels good for you, if 1 minute feels good for you, start with 1 minute. In fact, if you're really struggling with this, start with 1 minute a day and don't judge yourself. For 21 days, meditate for 1 minute. And then if you feel comfortable, you increase it little by little. But I would rather you do a minute a day and give yourself 1 minute of peace and quiet, of allowing yourself to calm your brain than not do nothing at all because you think that you're not doing it right. Okay. So again, making sure I'm sitting properly. I'm going to set, I hope that you guys can hear me. In fact, I might turn the music down for this one. Okay, so now we're going to do the 5 minute one. This time, like I discussed, we're going to breathe in for 4 and we're going to breathe out for 8. Okay. But another thing that we're going to do is I'm going to talk you through feeling into the different points in your body and noticing if there's any tension. And I'm going to invite you to release it. Okay. So here we go, setting that timer for 5 minutes. And let's get started. Breathe in for 4. And exhale for 8. Breathe in. And exhale. Breathe in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth until you have no more air to release. Breathe in. And exhale. And in. And exhale. Now I want you to scan your body for any points of tension. Keep breathing. Maybe you feel tension in your palms. Maybe you feel tension in your jaw. Maybe you feel tension in your shoulders. I want you to feel it as you take your breaths. And on the inhale, notice the tension. Really feel it. Is it sharp? Is it dull? Is it a pinching pain? Is it a shooting pain? Is it just a heavy density? And feel it with that inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to release it. I want you to allow yourself to release the tension. Okay? Scan your head, the top of your head. Scan your shoulders. Oh. See, we mess up sometimes. Scan your jaw again. Scan your neck. Scan your shoulders, your arms, your heart, your belly, your pelvis, and your hips. We hold a lot of tension in our hips sometimes. Your buttocks and your thighs and your calves, down to your ankles and the soles of your feet, down to your toes. And just release anything that came up. If I didn't mention wherever you feel it, that's okay. Just feel into it as you breathe in and exhale all that tension out. Give your body permission to relax and to release that tension. If thoughts are coming, that's okay. Move them to the side or write them down and then come right back. Okay. Keep breathing. You're doing great. Keep it up. Wrap up that last breath. Time's up. Gently wiggle your fingertips and your toes. Slowly open your eyes. And welcome back. So there was our 5 minutes. And I apologize. I don't know what it sounded like on your end. I'm going to obviously listen to this before I upload it. But this one, I could hear her tiptoeing through my room and then jumping on my bed. I don't know if it was as loud for you guys as it was for me, but it was very distracting. But that's the thing, is that if you can meditate in peace and quiet, great, good for you. But how many of us honestly have peace and quiet all the time, or we have the opportunities to have peace and quiet? Like for me, if I don't meditate first thing in the morning before my daughter gets up, like it's not peace and quiet. So I have to sometimes practice calm in chaos. And I think that if you can get calm in chaos, that's when you know you're really onto something, that you're really getting it. Because it's not easy. It's so challenging when there's extra outside sounds and noises and distractions happening in your life. But I do hope that you guys found this helpful. If you have any questions, or if you want to do more videos like this, if you want me to maybe make shorter videos just of the meditation so that you can jump right to it, let me know. Maybe that's something that I will think about. And again, I hope you found it helpful. I hope that you find the practice that works best for you. And I hope that you remember that, again, meditation is not about clearing your mind of all thoughts. It's about embracing your thoughts, moving them to the side, and finding new perspective about them. It's about reprogramming your thoughts. It's about unleashing and opening up to your authentic thoughts and your authentic self, and the internal guidance and roadmap that is trying to break through and show you the path for your life. Again, I hope you found this helpful. Thank you for tuning in. I love you guys, and stay limitless. Bye.